Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I have one of my favourite type of squishies, the memory foam squishies. I'm so blooming pleased with how this has turned out. Let me tell you, it's turned out even better than I ever thought it would. So let me show you how I made it. So I took some high density foam, which I actually got from a local hardware store. I drew around a little aerosol can to get the most perfect circle, and then I just got to cutting. So I cut out this rough circle shape. This piece, by the way, was around about 2 inches thick, and I just started cutting out that circle. Once I had got the circle nice and cut out, I then just started cutting along the edge to round it out a little bit better. So it was around about kind of like a good centimetre in, so that I would get a nice rounded surface on both sides to create the Babybel chunkiness, you know, that nice circle shape. So we just focused on one side to begin with, getting that nice and smoothed out. Then I went and did the exact same thing on the other side, so that I was left with that nice Babybel shape that I said about. Once I was happy with the kind of overall shape, I then went it back in with some smaller scissors and just started shaping out even more, just almost shaving off the top layer of foam. This did take a while. I did have a true crime documentary on in the background, I'm not gonna lie. I often like to make cute things with rather spooky things in my headphones going on at the same time, so it's a real juxtaposition in my life. But anyway, I digress. Once I had my shape all smoothed out and I was happy with it, I then stabbed the poor little thing with a barbecue skewer, and this was so that I could paint all sides of the squishy at the same time. This thing does take a little while to dry, especially with just a normal heater, or even if you're not using a heater at all. I would recommend a heat gun if you're going to be doing this, or a heater at the very bare minimum, because you are going to need to dry each layer before putting on your next one. So all in all, I put on 5 by the time this came round, and I thought that's still not smooth enough, so I added another 3 layers, again leaving that dry in between each layer. So 8 layers in total to get this sort of texture, almost like a Babybel wax itself, but this is made out of paint. People always ask me, what paint do you use, Chelsea? And let me tell you, for this one here I used acrylic paint. I mixed it 50-50 with PVA glue, then mixed that mixture that I had 50-50 with fabric medium, so almost to make my own fabric paint that kind of dries almost like a little fabric paint skin. As gross as that may sound, I promise this works out the best. So once I had the red base layer on there, it was time to go into all little juicy details. Okay, so this paint here is just acrylic paint mixed with fabric paint medium. Fabric medium to make it into a fabric paint. Instead of buying fabric paints, I just recommend mixing your own, especially if you already have acrylic paints. You can get really good quality ones. This white one here I mixed with a model painting acrylic paint, so it's a really opaque white, and then I only had to do 2 layers on there to get that colour on. Amazing, I know, and that's just because I mixed it myself with fabric medium. Okay, so brilliant idea, I know. I'd recommend the Liquitex one more than any. It only comes in small bottles, it is a little bit expensive, but if you like making squishies, then it's honestly just something you need in your kit. So I painted on a white label to begin with, added the yellow and the green details as on the original Babybel, and went back in with the same red paint colour that I painted the base with, and I just took my time in painting the Babybel logo on the middle label section. I then went back in with a black fabric paint. Again, this is something I mixed up again myself, and I painted on a face. I did actually remove this with an alcohol wipe off of camera and positioned it further down towards the label, because I felt like it was a little bit too close to the top and you couldn't quite see it right when the Babybel was just kind of in its normal state. So I'm happy that I moved that, but yeah, it came off really easy before it had cured. Once it cures, you cannot get that thing off. Okay, so yes, be very careful with where you put your face. Anyway, once I had done that, left all the paint cure, my squishy was then complete. At this point, I fear I may as well quit, because I don't think I'm going to make a squishy better than this one. I think it's adorable. I love the size, I love the face, I love the colourings on it. I think it looks just like a normal Babybel would, albeit a simpler version, but I just love it. Hear that sound as well, the airiness of this, the slow risingness of this. I don't know how it gets better from here. So I fear, really, that I'm just not going to be able to top it. So if you have any requests of anything that you think I should make, then let me know, because I'm up for the challenge. After this one, I don't know. I love this so much. This is my favourite one that I've made in a long time. To be honest, I didn't think that I would beat the orange I made the other day. If you haven't seen that one, I'll link it down in the comments and stuff, but it's honestly great. I love this little guy. So this one partnered with the orange one. I think I'm onto a roll. truly do, but like I said, I could do with some suggestions, so if you have any requests then do let me know, because up for the challenge. But yeah, let me know what you think of this one, if you love it, because I absolutely do. Fun fact, I don't even like Babybel, so I don't like cheese, but I do like how cute this has turned out, okay? If that isn't obvious already. Anyway, I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you very soon for another one.